say a big thank you on behalf of every Palestinian friend I have, as they've been sending me messages as well to say hello and say a big thank you to George Galloway.
Just tell them, La shukra ala wajib. Don't thank me for doing my duty.
Shukran, jazilan.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for George Galloway.
Would George be able to sign it as well?
Take it off. Lovely.
Thank you.
It's a marvelous night for a moon dance.
Are you filming already? Please. Thank you. I'm from Yemen.
From?
Yemen.
Okay.
Can you say something to everybody that is from Yemen that is there? And
The people of Yemen have been mercilessly, savagely attacked by the richest country in the region, with the active support of the richest and most powerful countries in the world. The Yemeni people have suffered a grave, grievous 21st century catastrophe. It is unspeakable and uncountable. At least 100,000 people have been killed, either by bombs or by the famine deliberately induced, or by cholera, an epidemic which is now reaching biblical proportions. And the greatest sin of all is that the public in those Western countries, until now, know nothing about it, despite all our efforts, despite all our campaigns. And it took the murder of one Saudi journalist, Jamal Khashoggi, to open the eyes of journalists who knew all along about the crimes of Saudi Arabia, to start to talk about those crimes. So I'm hoping now, after all these years and suffering, that we'll begin to see a change. And I pray to God for that.
I hope so. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting you today.
And you, where are you from in Yemen?
Aden.
I know Aden very well.
My channel called Dardasha. I'll write it down.
Are you a musician? You singer?
No, I'm an artist.
The second thing is the cliche. You need to stand up to bullies, because that boy never bothered me again. In fact, he'd take a wide berth thereafter to avoid me. And Brian is here tonight. He's now a brain surgeon, a dentist in Nova Scotia. But no, he never came.
It's good to see you again. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Is your program still going?
Sort of, yes. I'm trying to keep it on.
Very good.
And I'm very happy to see you today as well.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask you a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What will you remember 2019 for?
Oh, so many things. Obviously, the victory of Boris Johnson in the general election, the opportunity, therefore, for Brexit to finally happen, but the crushing defeat of Jeremy Corbyn, with whom I was close for many decades. So that would be a big takeaway. In terms of non-political things, it would be the launch of my Sunday evening Mother of All talk shows that I've just done, which has gone from zero to more than 550,000 viewers and listeners. No, never mind listeners. 550,000 viewers on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter in 6 months. If you add the listeners, which we can't really calculate on FM, on AM, online, we must be getting close to 1 million of an audience, which, with no publicity and virtually no budget, may be the greatest achievement that I've chalked up so far. So it's been a good year for me, by and large, with the significant caveat that my old friend Corbyn is, politically speaking, no more.
Amazing. I wish you a very happy New Year from me.
Thank you, Madame. I hope 2020 provides perfect vision for all those in charge of our destinies.
I hope so. Thank you very much.
Inshallah. Thank you. And that regime change in Iran will not be achieved by the current policy direction.
They tell us. And I'll give you a small example. My daughter is 12. She came home from school the other day, and you won't be particularly surprised to hear that she has a slightly more questioning mindset. She came home and said to me, "Mum, it was making me really cross today. Everyone at school was talking about World War III, and they all said this guy Soleimani was a real bad guy, and it was good that he was dead." Now, she's 12. I'm pretty sure that 24 hours earlier, all of the children who were so confidently telling each other that it was good that the bad guy was dead had never heard of the bad guy.
Thank you so much for speaking against war, and today no war against Iran, as usual, and I wish there's more people like you in our society who can speak the truth.
Maybe they can't speak so well, but there's a lot. You see the turnout here in Little Southall on a winter's evening, Friday night, remarkable turnout.
Yes.
Absolutely full, standing room only. There's a lot of opposition to this war. People are not stupid. There are, of course, a given number of people who follow the propaganda, but more people are rejecting that than ever before. So be hopeful.
I am hopeful, and today after the event I am more hopeful.
Yeah, me too.
Because you gave us some positive prediction for the Middle East today. Thank you so much for this.
ما شكرا لوجهك. There you have it. Britain that occupied your country as a colonial asset, treated your people with real brutality as late as the 1960s when the Beatles were #1 in the hit parade. We were shooting down Yemenis in the Crater district in Aden. Did it come as a shock to you that we might be back to our old tricks?
Not really. I mean, in fact, probably British will know how to be in Yemen. They will know probably more ways than Saudis and UAE. They know the region very well. It's quite sad though, because it's in the expense of civilians. In Yemen, people are at the brink of a famine. So if this hasn't moved people's heart and the government here to take action, that really shocks me because of the stage that Yemen is right now.
And then there's the Human Rights Watch report that in the very airport where our soldiers are allegedly based, there is widespread use of torture, disappearance, the whole 9 yards of extraordinary rendition and all of the brutality that we saw in Afghanistan, we saw in Iraq. It's happening in your country in an airport where we're based.
Yes, and really and truly, they don't have the right to be there because the Houthis are not there. They are on the north in Sana'a. So there is no reason for the British troops or the Saudis to be there unless if it's for other reasons.
Well, let me posit to one reason, and the reason I happen personally to believe. The British are there to assist the secession of South Yemen, the return to the status quo ante before the reunification of the country. In other words, the partitioning of your country for selfish reasons, so that they can control the gateway to the sea.
Yes, and the partition, it's only going to be in favor for British and Saudis and other countries that want these to take over Yemen.
Sarah, you've heard your country described by, in this case, a quotation of your former president as snakes whose heads have to be danced upon. We've heard about tribalism and sectarianism and complexities and so on. Is that how it all looks to you as a Yemeni?
As a Yemeni, everybody that have governed Yemen has been the wrong people because they have not been elected to govern Yemen. They have destroyed the country. They've sold it out. They've sold the country out. I cannot say we have the right government.
You'd include Ali Abdullah Saleh in that?
Of course, yes. Look where Yemen is now and how he left Yemen by the hand of Houthis. Everybody that has a charge on Yemen, sadly, have destroyed Yemen. So I would blame the government, our government, before anyone else because they've sold it out. They've sold us out. I am not with the division of Yemen. I still hope that if the British government will get involved in anything, that would be to bring peace to Yemen.
How distant does that seem to you now?
There is hope. Every Yemeni back there has hope that Yemen will come back.
But is it rational hope or just blind faith?
Blind faith. But we believe something will come up. Something will happen. If you hear how young people speak about the future there, you'll be surprised that they're going through all of this and yet they are fighting. It's just that we're waiting for the right people to take the chance to lead us. And to everybody else that there, leave us alone, leave the country. Just look where we are now. We need to live, we need to survive. By this stage, humanity should come up before anything else because people are literally dying there. On behalf of the people of Yemen, I want to say many congratulations.
Thank you so much.
People of Rochdale are very proud that you won the election, and so am I.
We won it for Gaza, we won it for Yemen, and we won it for Rochdale. Rochdale deserves better than the political leadership that it's had. Yemen is in all of our hearts. It's the only Arab country that came as a country, as a state, to the aid of the Palestinians being slaughtered in Gaza. And Yemen wrote its name in the stars. And not for the first time, actually. Yemen, Arabia Felix, is where the Arab world has risen again.
Inshallah, we pray all together that we see a better future for Palestine and a ceasefire very, very soon.
Inshallah, ya Rab.
Inshallah. Best of luck.
It's been a long day. We started at 9 o'clock. We started at the picket line. Believe it or not, we were supporting the workers locally. So we are obviously the Workers' Party. So from the picket line, we've just been touring all the polling stations, like this one. Casimir is a very important one. And it is now 10 to 9. And yeah, people tend to go out last minute, don't they? So it's very busy now.
Yeah. You know who to vote for, the Workers' Party. Tell us a little bit more, Gayatri, why do people should vote for Workers' Party?
Most people will say, well, I'm a lifetime Labour supporter. That's because all of us are. All of us were. But Labour is no more what it used to be.
Exactly.
So the Workers' Party is faithful to the Labour pillars. All the principles and values, like in the Tony Benn days. So that's what we always say. We are no extremists one way or the other. We're just Labour for the workers. Like Tony Benn used to say, we're for socialism. Common sense socialism.
100%. And you know, some people who don't know George Galloway well enough, they think that George Galloway only now started supporting Palestine. You are his wife. You know the real thing.
Palestine is what bonded us. Palestine is what cemented us and made me finally convinced to, yes, indeed, marry him because his steadfastness, his commitment, and his personal promise to Yasser Arafat, because he was a very dear friend too, the true leader, was that he would stand by the people of Palestine. So for 50 years now.
Amazing. You got me, I've got tears in my eyes, because once you said, that's what brought you all guys together, and that's another reason why me and Julian as well, connected. I just felt how he really supports the people of Palestine, regardless of faith or where they are from. They've always stood for the people of Palestine, and they really worth respect.
It's a good red line to have, between husband and wife, to have a mission and vision in life that always will keep you together.
100%. Good luck.
Thank you.
All the best to George. Thank you.
Going now, going to your next venue, is it, George?
Yeah, they've just been
Going to different venues.
Yeah. I'm here to support the Workers' Party. Who's here running for election in the Harrow area, and he's been speaking here, promising the people he will be here every night until 11 p.m. to hear the issues, their problems, and supporting them. And I'm documenting for you today from the inside what's happening. There were some lovely speeches by some ladies, and they want to encourage more women to join the Workers' Party. So if you're a woman, you're sure you're a woman and you want to join the Workers' Party, please do so. This is your opportunity. They are calling for all the ladies and all the females here in the area to join the Workers' Party.
What do they think of Keir Starmer so far? What do they think of the scandals in which he has enveloped us so far? Well, you have the opportunity to make that declaration on Thursday that we are not impressed and that we are not going to put up with 5 years of this. As my good wife said, this is home to us. We lived in this area for years. I was a school governor in Bevington School. My children attended Bevington School. My wife had a second-hand clothes shop, vintage clothes. That's why I always turned out so well. In Goulburn Road, just 5 minutes from here. As Aaron said, we spend more time in this area than any other part of London. That tells you that this is a great area to be in. If only the deep-seated problems that we have here had been attended to, will be attended to. We were in Goulburn Road not that long ago. It was taped off by the police at the end of the road because someone had shot someone dead in the park. Our children are killing each other. A working class boy on one end of the knife and a working class boy on the other end of the knife. And 2 working class families destroyed by an act of madness, an act of rage, an act of alienation from the community, from the society. Our young people have lost their way, lost their religion, lost their ideology, lost their direction. Only thing that matters is me and now. That's the only thing that matters to the young on the street. What can I get now, right now? They have no hope. They have no support. They have no youth services. Nobody in government cares about them